share this with someone. I see
Yes.
some familiar faces, especially in South Carolina.
What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing? Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. We finished up with Hanukkah. And however you celebrate, we are just excited for this time of the year. Oh, you got Bobby the cat with you, Sharon. That's great. We have another cat that's missing. We were actually crawling through woods and I have cuts all over me from vines and stuff. And hopefully we'll get that kitty back tomorrow. And well, my name is Doug Farrar. I'm super excited to be with you guys tonight. We do this a couple times a month, Tower Garden Tuesday, the Tower Garden chat. We usually come on here and just kind of talk through some ideas, some questions, answer some questions from people about their Tower Gardens. We have a lot of our customers that like to come on, and we have people that are checking out the Tower Gardens that come on. We have other Tower Garden representatives that come on and are learning. But tonight we want to focus primarily on celebrating the Tower Garden. But you know what? I know there's always a couple of people that are kind of new and checking things out. So let's kick off with a. Let me stop sharing my audio, and we're going to just show you a quick video. So let's roll it. Merry Christmas.
When we finally kiss goodnight.
I know.
That's evidence of what God did.
And that is it. It is that simple. It is the Tower Garden. It is amazing. And it just works. One thing I didn't show tonight was really how it actually does work. So let me kind of go over that. And Sharon, can you pan down a little bit to the Tower Garden there? Okay, so you see behind you, let me make Sharon's picture a little bigger for everybody. All right, so this is the Tower Garden. Ours is decorated a little bit. And on the bottom there, you see there's a 20-gallon reservoir. And in that, there's water and a nutrient solution blend that comes with your Tower Garden when you purchase one. There's a low wattage pump inside. Actually, you see we have the power cord going in right there. Should have put that in the back. But oh, look at that.
Personal example. Then what I need to say is so.
There we go. So inside, that's where that is. And then it pumps it up through the middle of that column to the top. And it trickles down over the roots. Sharon, you want to show them what a root looks like? And
Abstract words that really don't mean much. But when we can.
Floyd, somehow you keep coming unmuted. Make sure you don't unmute, please. So those are the roots. All right, so this is an aeroponic growing system. The roots are exposed. There's no dirt. It's actually growing in what's called rock wool. That looks like it could be a bok choy plant or a Chinese cabbage. And don't rip my roots, though. No, you can just show that. It's fine. We can see there's no dirt in there. There's something called rock wool, and that is just spun volcanic material, and it's clean. There's no dirt. There's no dirt accumulating in the tub or anything like that. It's super simple, and it's clean. And imagining gardening without any dirt, which means there's less bugs, there's less problems. You don't have to worry about watering because it's watering itself over and over. After you water it, the water is going back down into the tub. So then it just keeps going. So that water, that 20 gallons is going to last you. Oh yeah, look, there's a timer that comes with it, and that makes it really easy. That goes on, let's say it goes on 10 minutes, it goes off for 30 minutes or so. And that gives you this nice cycle where there's nutrients coming in the water over the roots, then it stops and there's just air. Sharon, why don't you tell them a little bit, because I know you love talking about the tower too.
Oh my goodness. I love the Tower Garden. The Tower Garden inspires you to eat healthier. You might say, well, I don't know if I eat those kind of plants. A lot of people want more control over their food nowadays. And we've always, as a company and presenters of good information about Juice Plus fruits and vegetables, we've always said you want to eat vine ripened as much as you can. So I love that it's vine ripened. It's right there for you to pick right when you need it. You know, if you want cilantro today or basil today or oregano or lettuce or arugula, it's like right there and it's not rotting in your refrigerator, which happens to me. I'll buy something at the store and then put it in the refrigerator and I'm not in the mood anymore, right? It's a couple days later, what is it? Brown and slimy. So I love that it's vine ripened and it's always available. The other thing I love is that you can cut it and it grows back. Cut it and it grows back. So you know, think about how much you spend at the grocery store, probably at least $4 for herbs or lettuces. Every time that you grow, the harvesting is what makes it grow back and even more beautifully. So every time you're doing that, you're making $4, you know. And so those are just a couple things. Plus, you know, non-GMO, organic, because we don't need to spray herbicides, pesticides. There's really not as many pests because it's not in the dirt. It's very clean. I don't like getting dirt under my nails. I'm not a prissy kind of girl. I still don't like that. So I don't know about you guys, but I really like that it's very clean. You just go out, grab what you need, and it waters itself. I love all these things.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Sharon. That was great. We're going to pop on over to Janie Hawkins. Where's Janie? I can't find her on my screen. You unmute yourself and we'll find you somehow. There she is.
Here we go.
Janie is looking festive. Let's see what she's got going over here.
Oh, yes. Actually, my tower garden is a little bit out of control right now. So now you'll see one that's very full. So it is a little festive. It's got a little Christmas stuff happening here because we're rocking around the tower garden. So, but yeah, here's some Swiss chard going crazy. I love this bib lettuce down by Grinch. All kinds of greens, spinach, just a variety. This is a type of kale. There's some herbs on here. I have some cilantro and some basil. But yeah, this guy, it's quite full right now. So I'm having a hard time keeping up with eating it as quickly as it's producing.
Wow.
That's the nice thing about these is this is 32 plants growing vertically in a 2-foot space. So anybody has 2 feet extra in their house to fit all that food, actually. And so my kids will pick off of here for salads. They'll pick off of here when we're having tacos. And the taste when you pick directly from this and eat it 5 minutes later is like none other. It's so good. And I love how fast it grows with the roots being exposed to water. It grows 3 times faster than an in-ground garden. And so that's just a money saver and nobody else is touching my food. I know it's clean. I don't even wash it because nobody's touched this. It's like it's
amazing.
Grown and you put it straight on our plate because there's no need to worry about it getting contaminated.
That's great.
Which is awesome. And like Sharon said, it's great to have such healthy organic produce right here.
Well, that's great. And Galaxy S23, I see your hand up. I'm going to come over to you next. Make sure you connect to your audio. You might have disconnected audio, so go and try to connect that audio. But Janie, I'm going to go back to you. That tower garden looks very, very healthy. Can we just... And also notice that Janie has what we call the home version. So Sharon was showing off a Tower Garden Flex, which has a larger. You notice I said I had 20 gallons, but I think Janie has like 13 gallons. It has a little smaller footprint all the way down to the bottom. Let's see the bottom. And the bottom has a smaller footprint. It's only a little over 2 feet wide. So that'll fit through a doorway. It has wheels built in. The clamshell is sealed shut, so there's no chance of that water escaping or anything. And it even has like a little water meter built in. That's a really cool unit. And she has lights because Jeannie, where are you? You're up near Chicago, right?
I am. Yeah, I'm an hour west of Chicago, so we have to have the grow lights. A lot of people ask, "Oh, could I just put it by a window?" And our windows have so much UV protection that does not give enough UV rays coming through in order for the plants to thrive. And so you really do need the grow lights when you're growing indoors.
So what up
yeah.
near Chicago, what are people that don't have an indoor aeroponic lighted garden, basically, what are they doing for growing greens in the winter? Is it even possible? I mean, I guess a greenhouse or something they would have to do?
If they have a greenhouse, yeah, that's very rare. Most people just buy from the stores.
Okay.
A lot of people garden outside in our short little summer months. I mean, kale is something that can handle the colder weather, like from maybe like possibly May if you stop getting frost by then, all the way up until early fall. But any of those lettuces are so tender, or spinach, like a lot of those just can't handle the cold temperatures. So really our main growing season is like mid-June through early September, and that's pretty much it. So without something like this, you're buying store-bought for most of the year. And like I said, the taste is so much better fresh, and the nutrient value. I think Sharon mentioned, as soon as you can pick it, things start to lose nutrition as soon as they're picked. And so the quicker that you can eat it from the actual mother plant, the more nutrition it is. And so that's the best way to get calcium from all these dark green leafy vegetables. I heard a runner say one time that the largest land animal alive right now is the elephant. And they don't drink cow's milk, and they don't take calcium supplements. They eat lots of greens. And so we too need to follow that, because the body can absorb them at such a high rate. And so by eating a lot of green leafy vegetables, especially dark green leafy vegetables, it's really helping our bones. It's helping everything in our body.
That's great. And it's fun to grow on this thing, isn't it?
So true. Yeah. Especially when kids want to come and just pick off of here.
Yeah.
And ask you at night, can I have a salad? And even our dog actually tries to steal from the tower garden. It's kind of funny. But so, yeah, we have to keep our dog away from it, because it does like its greens too.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Janie. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Hey, let's pop over to Jenny in Oklahoma. Go ahead and unmute yourself. I'll try and find you. Where'd she go? There she is. Jenny, are you getting the kids out of the bath time now? There she
Hi,
goes.
can you hear me?
We got you.
All right. Sorry, I've been running back and forth. Let's see here. Yeah, I love my tower garden. I love how quick and rewarding it is having it. I did start from seedlings, but my tomato here actually already has a tomato. Let me pop the lights on here. I have it out in my garage. We do have a wood stove out here.
Oh. What is it? Oh. Whoa.
So on the tomato plant, I don't know if you can see, I already have one tomato. I've only had it up a month and a half. There's things of flowers.
Yeah.
It's just really fun watching it grow and just seeing how quick it grows.
So wait, just to be clear, are you a brand new tower gardener?
Yes.
And for only like a month and a half?
Yes.
And let's see that tower garden again, because I think it's remarkable. Okay, I don't know about you guys. If you guys ever grown in the ground, I've tried it before. I did not have results like this.
I've got something going on with some of the leaves. I bought seedlings, so I'm not sure. I think it's some sort of mildew. We do gardening outside too.
Mm-hmm.
My zucchini here has some flowers you can see.
Nice.
I've got spaghetti squash back there. We've got peppers and they're flowering. And my calendula actually is flowering. Let's see if I can show you here. Right there, see?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've got
beautiful
some fun things, and some herbs on the top, cilantro and dill. I just harvested a big chunk of dill about right there.
Uh-huh.
It was overtaking my basil, so I chopped a big bunch off and I got a Ziploc bag full that I washed and then stuck in the freezer.
And it looks like you
I
had,
wasn't going to use.
well, the whole plant is still there. You know, that's one of the beautiful things about the tower
Yes.
garden. It's like you harvest and it grows back. You harvest and it grows back. You know, so it's just really remarkable. Is that a flex or a home?
It's a flex.
It's a flex. Okay.
Yes.
With the lighting kit on it.
Yes, and the cage. And then I have Christmas lights on the cage.
Do you have
And
it
some
up
ornaments.
on in the air or something? What is that on? Like a shelf?
It's on a cart, yeah.
Wow.
We have a lot of dogs, so we didn't
Okay.
want it to
That's pretty
get
cool.
messed with.
And what's the
Yeah.
climate like in Oklahoma right about now?
I'm actually in Missouri,
Missouri.
but it's real close to Oklahoma. It's been kind of cold this week. In Missouri, it fluctuates, but we're at, I think it was 40 degrees outside today. So we can't usually grow past October is our outdoor growing season ending. And then the first frost, I think, is like October 15th. And or that's the last frost. No, the first
That's the
frost.
first,
And then
probably.
the last frost is around April, mid-April.
Yeah, another great reason. I mean, I love the Tower Garden just being down here in Florida, but even more so, you guys that are anywhere north. I mean, Jacksonville is getting. I know you guys will laugh at me, but we come from South Florida, so Jacksonville is absolutely freezing up here. Lori lives in our neighborhood, and I'll tell you what, I can barely take it. I have to play golf tomorrow. I have to play golf tomorrow. It's going to be 50 degrees, and if I wouldn't be shamed, I would not go. It is that cold out. It is rough. It is rough. All right. How about another Tower Garden? It looks like Aggie. We got Aggie. Are you going to share? Oh, look at that. Aggie's neat. She's got it labeled. I like that.
Okay, this is my second time around. Do we have audio?
Yes.
Okay. I had a gorgeous spring and summer produce all the way around. And this time it's only been maybe 2 weeks, and it's a slow go. I didn't want to do as much. I have each of the pods plugged with a paper bag so that it doesn't get algae. What do we have going? Some chive, some rainbow chard, arugula. First time I'm doing bib lettuce, and I know that won't regrow once I pull it out. Let me see if I can get this in here. Yeah, my first bib lettuce, which I love the taste of. And so it's going to be a minor one relative to how I did it last time.
Well, that looks beautiful. Look at
Gourmet lettuce.
That
Just
is
getting going.
How
Just
new?
a baby.
How new is that Tower Garden?
I would say I had it since February of last year. Something
Okay.
like that.
Yeah, it looks so nice and brand new. Is that a flex? Did I see a flat bottom there?
It is.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the flex. If you can fit it in your space, it's a foot wider around the bottom, but I like having that extra water. Looks like you also have that flat surface, which comes in handy, when you're putting nutrients in or whatever. It's nice to have kind of like a counter right there. But that looks great. You're gonna love that bib lettuce. And with your lettuces, just make sure you're harvesting from the back. Don't just pull the whole thing out. Even with bib, you'll be able to get more than one.
Even with bib.
Yeah, you'll be able to get a little bit extra out of that.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. That's awesome. Where are you located? I'm sorry.
St. Louis.
St. Louis. Okay, cool. A lot of these northern growers. That is amazing. Amazing. I'm going to ask just maybe one more person to share maybe one of their favorite things, or do we have any questions? Anybody want to ask a question about tower gardening? This is your chance. Looks like you got a bunch of experts on here. No questions. Well, let me go over some of the basics of pricing. And this is a great gift. For Mother's Day a couple years ago, I got my mom a tower garden, and it's just amazing because it's like it truly is the gift that not only keeps giving her, but it's like I keep getting credit for it. Because I'm the one that bought her the tower garden, but she's growing, and it just keeps going and going. It's amazing. So it is a great gift. And the way our company sets it up, that Tower Garden Flex that you're seeing behind Sharon there, that is the base model, basically. It's, how tall is that? 5 feet tall with 20 plants in it. And that costs $670, but the company gives you the option of doing 12 monthly payments of $55.83, I think. And that is a way to offset the cost, make it really easy. For $55, you're going to grow 55. You're going to eat $55 worth of produce, if not every month, certainly every 2 months. And then our tower gardens, the ones that we run outside, that one, I think we're babysitting for somebody right now. But the 3 that I run full time outside are 12 years old, guys. In the Florida sun, sitting outside for 12 years. It's been through multiple hurricanes. I don't even always bring them in when there's a hurricane. I'll just push them up against the sliding glass doors and kind of barricade them there. And then as long as it's not a category 3, I'm leaving them outside. And in fact, we just had 20-mile-an-hour winds the other day. I just literally put, like a paver on each one to make sure it wouldn't tip over. So double UV coated food grade plastic, sitting outside for 12 years, and the South Florida sun just getting hammered by the sun, and they're still good, and they're still going, and we're still growing. So I can't imagine how many thousands of dollars of produce we've grown over the years, because we just keep on eating and eating and eating, and you get to grow whatever you want. You get, not only am I saying you can say, oh, I'll grow lettuce or I'll grow kale. I mean, it's not like when you go to the grocery store and let's say you want romaine lettuce because you're going to make a Caesar salad, you're going to get whatever romaine they decided to buy from their provider. When I get romaine, I get to go to the seed store and decide on what's the best growing romaine from my zone. I always get heat tolerant stuff. I can choose which characteristic that I want. I can get many different types of romaine because there's probably 10 different kinds of romaine that I can get over at Johnny Seeds, which I love online. So it's just amazing. We grow a ton of produce. Like Sharon said, I like giving it away. That's what we do. Between produce and sourdough breads, we just love giving away food to people. It makes people happy. It brings people together. And you're inspiring others. Not only are you going to get healthier with the tower garden, but you're going to inspire others through the fact that you're growing your own food. Not only you're smart, and they're going to know that, but they're going to be inspired to eat healthier just like you are. So really consider gifting that to somebody or to yourself this holiday season. And the tower garden home with the lighting kit on it, that costs $1,020 or $85 a month for 12 months. Okay, so that's very doable, even at the $85 level. If it's not paying for itself the first year, it certainly is in the following years after that. Okay, so US made too, isn't it? I'm not even completely sure, but Sharon's nodding yes. If Sharon says so, who am I? Who am I to argue? I don't want to sleep on the couch tonight. So that's a good one. Anything else? June K said, actually, without Tower Garden, we probably wouldn't eat as many veggies. That's for sure. They actually did a research survey, a couple of different research studies on this. The first one at University of Mississippi showed that the produce grows 30% faster. It uses 90% less water. The fruit and vegetables are more nutrient dense. And so it's really just a no-brainer. But then they did a survey of people that have tower gardens. And of course, it turns out that they do eat more produce. The kids in the family eat more fruits and vegetables when they own a tower garden. And also, in general, one thing that you may recall during the pandemic, when all of a sudden everybody started thinking like, oh my gosh, where's my food going to come from? Then you went to the grocery store and there was all that gross lettuce they were selling, or there was no lettuce. People started to realize, wait a second, maybe I need to have a little more control over my food. So that's one reason I like it. Not because it's so much I'm afraid of the food running out, but I don't like the idea of who's touching my food, even if it's organic. You just don't know. I mean, there's people handling your food. It's processed. It's picked a couple weeks ago, shipped on a truck, and then you end up with it from the grocery store. Our salad, if Sharon picks off of that right now, we could. Oh, how'd that happen? I'll mute. Oh, you did it. Thanks, Sharon. I guess that means I'm supposed to stop. But so she could pick from that thing right now, and our salad's going to be like 10 minutes old by the time we get it to the table. So that's pretty remarkable. So I mean, there's not a lot of different ways you could do that. I'm reading the comments here. Jane and Doug, our new tower garden is out on the lanai. Should we heat the water during the winter cold spells? In Inverness, is that down near Ocala? I forget. No, Lori or Jane and Doug, you want to unmute? This is a good topic. We'll just talk real quick. Inverness.
Yeah, we're over near the Gulf.
Near the Gulf.
Crystal River area.
Okay, a little north of Tampa.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't know, hour north of Tampa.
Okay, so you get a little cool. So here's what I do. If it's going to be down, in the 40s, I get an aquarium heater, a 100-watt aquarium heater, and I put it in the tub at the bottom.
Okay.
I just run an aquarium heater. Like tonight, it's 40. It's going to be 30 something tonight. I have one of the blankets from Home Depot over that, and it's just like a light blanket. And then I tuck them under because that lifts right up, like you saw Sharon lift earlier. So I tuck it underneath. All three of them are bundled together. That's why I have wheels on them. And then I have the aquarium heaters. And when I open that up in the morning, it's going to be kind of toasty. It'll probably be steam coming out of there. I'm almost hoping it doesn't get too warm because of the lettuces and stuff. But because if there gets any frost, like last year, I wrapped it in the blanket, but I had one side open by mistake. It got on my tomato plant and I lost the plant. But you win some, you lose some. It's producing so much, I don't worry about it. But that's what I do. Jenny Smith says, I love that it takes almost no maintenance. Just had to refill my tower for the first time after initial setup almost 1.5 months ago. Yeah, it is. It's really amazing. A small greenhouse June has. That's cool. If my mom was watching this, we'll tell her. She's in the other room. And they use an aquarium heater. I was thinking about getting my mom a greenhouse up in Charlotte. So yeah, so many great ideas. Again, our next Tower Talk like this, the Tower Garden chat will be on January 2nd on this same line. I don't always advertise this far and wide outside of our immediate customers and sales representatives. But if you are on here and you want to come back, you are welcome to on January 2nd. And I'll always announce when that next one is. If you'd like to share your Tower Garden on the next one, you can always shoot me a message. Get in touch with me, and we'd love to have you as like a guest. It's kind of like a podcast almost. We usually have one or two guests. We kind of interview them. We usually have a topic because there's so many things we can learn. It's really easy. I'm a musician, so I like to say it's kind of like playing the guitar. It's really easy to play the guitar, basically, but it gets a little more complicated if you want to kind of get to a higher level. That was a nice way to say it. But so there's little tips you can learn. Some people have questions that, I might say things like, well, there's no dirt, there's less bugs, there's no disease problems. And there's little things that come up, but it's not a big deal. Somebody earlier was just, I think Jenny was showing us there's a little something, or maybe that was somebody else, I think. But there's a little something on their leaves, like a powdery mildew or something. That's no big deal. You just go over to the towergarden.com blog and search for disease control or pests. And we don't have to use heavy chemicals or anything. We do all organic pesticide type of solutions, neem oil, things like that. And I rarely have to use that. Certainly a lot more when I was in South Florida than in North Florida. It's really simple. Kneeling to weed, I see people saying there's so much. January 2nd, JP, Nurses Rock. We will be back on here on January 2nd, 8 p.m. Eastern for the Tower Garden chat. Shoot me a message if you'd like a poster, if you would like to invite to that, and we'll see you then. But guys, thanks for coming on. We want to wish you guys a happy holidays. I see Debbie Sassy on here says, live healthy and live happy. So let's make that our motto tonight. Let's live healthy. Let's live happy and have a great holiday season with your loved ones. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. You guys have a great night.